What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Johnny Nelson and Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Of course, these guys don't have the best of relationships, and it continues as Johnny Nelson with a pragmatic response to Deontay Wilder, and this is what he had to say. He said, Wilder needs to accept his losses, or his loss, in order to beat Fury in the trilogy fight. He stated, in order to come out on top of a trilogy fight, former world champion Johnny Nelson has advised Deontay Wilder to accept his defeat to Tyson Fury. Back in February, we all know that Deontay Wilder was defeated and stopped in the 7th round, dropped twice in that bout, and the fight was over. Even though he didn't want his trainer to call in the fight, the referee himself said that he was soon to stop the fight if he didn't stop it himself, right? Of course, in the aftermath, Wilder made numerous allegations to explain his first career defeat, including an allegation that Fury loaded his gloves with weights and that his trainer may have spiked his water, and we know his name is Mark Breland, or allegedly spiked his water, right? So, according to Nelson, the once beaten boxer must forget about the allegations to accept his loss and fully focus on winning the third fight. He said, if you go by form, you expect Tyson Fury to do a better job than he did last time, Nelson told Sky Sports. If you go by what's happening lifestyle-wise outside the ring, and one fighter that's had to sit and simmer be furious, when you talk about sleeping lions in Wilder, he's mad at things that have happened and he can't accept the defeat. That's the problem. He needs to understand why it happened and fix what happened and blame nobody else, which he has been doing. And until he does that, the result will be exactly the same. Those are the words of Johnny Martin. Now, let me counterpunch. We've had similar discussions about this before. I've talked to you guys about this, about Deontay Wilder and the allegations. And I look at it like this. It would be best for Deontay Wilder to forget about the allegations, to focus on the fight at hand. But it hit me that everybody's not humble, okay? Everyone's not like, everyone doesn't take defeats well, okay? Some people need things that got in the way that may or may not be true just to succeed and just to proceed with whatever they think they're going to accomplish in the future with that same person. Do you guys understand? When I think of Deontay Wilder and his mentality of Tyson Fury, I think animosity, pure and simple. And based on what he feels or believes or thinks Tyson Fury did to him, or whatever happened to him, it had no fault of his own. And I think he feels that way because he has to. You know, like Paula Malignaggi said it best, sometimes you have to feel that something else was wrong and that you can't have the blame, because if you don't, or if you did believe that Tyson Fury was better that night, it would cripple your thought process on how to beat him. But the irony of Deontay Wilder is that despite all the allegations, despite everything that he believes, because he believed absolutely all of that, which is crazy. Now, some of it would be okay, like, yeah, I believe that Mark Breland spiked my water, or something like that, or I believe he was envious of me, therefore he did that to me. He was in cahoots with Tyson Fury and that's what gave Tyson Fury an edge. Okay, that's far-fetched, but even if you just believe that, but if you believe Mark Breland did this, the ref did that, Tyson Fury did this, that's a lot of different help. The Nevada State Athletic Commission covered this and overlooked that. Look, that's help in every category. That's giving yourself too much credit. But not everybody's humble. Who says Deontay Wilder has to be humble? Think about it. Who says that he has to be humble? No, he doesn't. Okay? What I've learned about Deontay Wilder in the last few years, I learned Deontay Wilder's going to be Deontay Wilder, and he's going to think what he's going to think. He speaks it, he believes it, and he receives it, and he has people around him, like he says, that pumps positive energy into him and to him. Right? No homo. So that tells you that the people around him tells him what he wants to hear. Okay? Plain and simple. And that's what he wants. He wants people to gear his mind into what he thinks and what he believes. And what he thinks, he speaks it, believes it, and he will receive it. That's what he wants. He wants people with that type of mindset. He doesn't want people to say, well, maybe, man, he didn't. You know? No. He doesn't want those type of people, because that would put him, maybe people, that will put him in a state of denial. And he doesn't need to be in denial about his own ability or giving credit to somebody with abilities, which is Tyson Fury. In other words, an example, he can't give Tyson Fury credit, and he will never give Tyson Fury credit for punching him hard enough to put him down to the canvas. Why? Because he's already spoken that Tyson Fury can't punch. He has to believe that. Do you guys understand that? He has to believe that Tyson Fury can't punch. Why? Because he spoke it. And whatever he speaks, he has to know what he speaks is truth. Right? He has to believe what he speaks. Speak it, believe it, receive it. He's going by his own credo. He just will not believe that Tyson Fury, the pillow puncher, the feather duster, can punch hard enough to put him down without having help, without cheating. Okay? That's why he has to have that mentality. Okay? So that's what I think about with Deontay Wilder. Now, to really sum this up with another ironic point, all those cheating and all those things that he believed, the contradicting part about this whole thing is the man is training like he never trained before. So obviously you are expecting something coming from someone. Sure, what you're going to do to the fighter, I get it. You know, I know that's why he partially trains, but it has to be more, you know, training for defense. So if you don't believe Tyson Fury can punch like you claim he can punch, why are you focusing so much on defense? Why, better yet, why is your trainer focusing you on defense if he believes what you believe? Honestly, I don't believe that Malik Scott believes that. Now, he's not going to speak on that because, again, that's against the thought process, the mental thought process, and the mental mindset that Deontay Wilder's in. But I don't think he believes it. That's why he's teaching Deontay head movement. You know, punching and slipping under the jab. Okay? Under the counter. So he's teaching him defense because he wants him to protect himself. But protect himself from what, people, you might add? A feather duster? A pillow puncher? Why would you care? All you need to know is he can't cheat the third fight and shit. I don't have to do anything else but go in there and knock his block off and watch my water. Right? So that's what I think about. What I think about Johnny Nelson saying that he needs to accept the loss. No, maybe he doesn't, because maybe Deontay Wilder's not even wired that way. You know? And he needs that in his thought process, and he needs that as fuel to keep him going, to keep him training, to keep him with this newfound sense of, I want to learn how to help myself destroy Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that article. You guys tell me what you think about Johnny Nelson's assessment of Deontay Wilder. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.